All right, so move on to the final segment. We're going to pivot over here to the world of wrestling inside the WWE world, and I'll be sharing my WWE Clash in Paris PLE prediction. So there'll probably be more matches that will be added to the card by the end of the week, but as of now, as I'm recording this segment, I'll be sharing my own predictions of the matches that's already confirmed for the Clash in Paris card. So first match on the card, you have Sheamus versus Rusev in a Donnybrook no disqualification match. Now, I think this is going to be an Irish theme, no disqualification match, no countouts, only can win by pinfall or submission, no disqualifications. Now, Rusev has actually looked good since returning back to the WWE. He returned to Raw after WrestleMania, and he's looked like an unstoppable heel on the red brand of Monday Night Raw at times. Meanwhile, Sheamus and Rusev do have history with each other. If you guys remember, about 9-10 years ago, they were part of the League of Nations faction from 2015 to 2016, where the group had several wrestlers from different parts of the world that had Sheamus, Rusev, Wade Barrett, and Alberto Del Rio. So they had some success. That heel faction had some success over the years in the WWE. But right now, I'm enjoying this rivalry between Sheamus and Rusev. The series is actually tied 1-1 in one-on-one competition. Both have been really good matches thus far that have been decided with the winner. So I think this is going to be a really good, fun Donnybrook no disqualification matches. You'll probably see some weapons like the shillelagh used, probably some steel chairs. I hope we see some table spots. It's going to be a hectic match that these two wrestlers are going to beat the hell out of each other pillar to post as long as this match lasts for it. But I think Rusev is going to win the match to end the rivalry. It just makes sense for Rusev to go over at this particular point unless there's plans for Sheamus to go on a run for chasing that Intercontinental Championship in the mid-card scene on Raw. But I think Rusev is more deserving of a win here. You need to build him more. If you're going to build him up to be a main event threat on the red brand of Monday Night Raw, maybe that's something that we need outside of the Seth Rollins fashion. Another heel that could really be an unstoppable force. And why not start here with Rusev defeating Sheamus in this Donnybrook no disqualification match at Clash in Paris. Next match on the card, you'll have Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. Now, this is basically the beginning of Roman Reigns' chapter with the Vision faction. We all know that what happened at WrestleMania with Paul Heyman double turning on CM Punk, his best friend, and turning on his tribal chief of Roman Reigns to start a new vision with the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins after WrestleMania. So now Roman Reigns has obviously been back for blood. He wants his revenge with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. It all started at SummerSlam when he returned back to team up with his cousin, his former right-hand man, and main event Jey Uso when he defeated Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match at SummerSlam. Now, fast forward, Bronson Reed has been labelized as the tribal thief, not the tribal chief, the tribal thief. But I find this crazy that this man is, everybody in the Vision faction is labelized as something special. You have Seth Rollins, who's the visionary, the revolutionary, the world heavyweight champion. Braun Breaker is clearly the future of the WWE. Paul Heyman is one of the best managers of all time, WWE Hall of Famer. So I find it funny that Bronson Reed's role right now is the tribal thief, collecting Roman Reigns' Jordans that he likes to wear every time he appears in the WWE. He has two shoes of Roman Reigns' sneaker collection right now. But that's the special quality that Bronson Reed has in this faction right now. But meanwhile, for Roman Reigns, I think his quest to get to Seth Rollins will be going one by one through this faction, starting off with Bronson Reed. So I think this is going to be a really good one-on-one match. I think this is going to be a match where it could be fast-paced, slow-paced, a lot of storytelling in between, a lot of cool spots. I expect Roman Reigns to actually make Bronson Reed look like a badass in this match because we know Roman is here for now, but he won't be here as a full-timer anymore. Those days are over. So why not make Bronson Reed look strong? And I think Bronson Reed might deliver a lot of tsunamis on Roman Reigns, but I think Roman Reigns is actually going to be the first man to actually kick out of that tsunami splash that Bronson Reed hits from the top rope, which is going to be a sight to see because the fans in Paris are just going to go bizarre. They're going to go nuts when Roman Reigns kicks out of that at 2.5. So eventually I think Roman Reigns will get the match against Seth Rollins and a big match against Braun Breakers on the horizon. But I think it starts with Roman Reigns getting over and winning the match against Bronson Reed. But I overall think we could be on a collision course to see a 5-on-5 War Games match at Survivor Series in November, with Roman Reigns getting his 4 other members that he's going to pick for the team to go against Seth Rollins' 5 members, or 4 other, well, you might as well say 2 other members that he's going to pick, because Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are automatically going to be on the team. So I think we're going to be on a collision course to see a future War Games match between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, their teams that we'll see at Survivor Series. But Roman Reigns will get the win here. Next match, you have John Cena versus Logan Paul. Now, a lot of people were actually very upset that John Cena is wasting his time wrestling against Logan Paul in his retirement tour. We don't have that many appearances left of John Cena because he's retiring by the end of 2025. And a lot of people probably would have preferred John Cena to wrestle AJ Styles at Clash in Paris. That would have been a better match. But I'm actually one of those people that aren't mad that we're getting John Cena versus Logan Paul on John Cena's retirement tour, because, like, whether you guys like it or not, Logan Paul can actually wrestle better than half of the main roster, and he's an over heel. You want to strangle the man every time he's on a wrestling camera or in front of a live audience. Isn't that what a heel is supposed to do? Generate heat to make them feel hated or unwanted? That's what Logan Paul is good at doing it. But now John Cena, after that promo with Logan Paul on SmackDown, has really built up the match very quickly and has fans like myself invested to see this match at Clash in Paris. I think it's going to be a good match. I think John Cena is going to push Logan Paul to bring the best wrestling that he can out of him for this match. And I think John Cena is actually lit. That match that he had against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam has actually ignited a new fire in John Cena. And John Cena wants to give everything he can by the end of this retirement tour. So I think it's going to be a good match, a lot of good spots, a lot of near falls. But I think the finish is going to be Brock Lesnar returning and costing John Cena the match. Probably the referee will be down. John Cena is looking to put Logan Paul away. Brock Lesnar comes out, hits a couple F5s on John Cena. Logan Paul cleans up the scraps and pins John Cena for a 1-2-3 count. They pin John Cena to set us up with the future match of John Cena versus Brock Lesnar very soon. But I think that's what's going to happen at Clash in Paris between the two respective wrestlers. And the final match that I'll cover that's already announced or already planned for the event, you'll have Seth Rollins defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk in a Fatal 4-Way match. Now, I do like the story that's going on for this Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and CM Punk. These are 4 big, huge main event stars that the Red Brand of Monday Night Raw has to offer. And every wrestler, the 3 wrestlers that are part of this Fatal 4-Way match do have logical reasons why they should be wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso never got a rematch after losing the World Heavyweight title to Gunther in June. LA Knight actually pinned Seth Rollins at Saturday Night's main event in July, and Seth Rollins faked the injury to avoid LA Knight, but LA Knight was actually the last person to pin Seth Rollins at a wrestling ring. Meanwhile, CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther at SummerSlam, only to hold the title for 5 minutes because Seth Rollins cashed in on CM Punk. So all of these wrestlers are deserving, truthfully, at a shot for Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship. I think this could be a really fun Fatal 4-Way match. Every wrestler will have a chance to shine. They'll have their marquee moments in the match. I think there'll be a lot of storytelling, a lot of arguing with the baby faces trying to get their hands on Seth Rollins. It'll be a really good Fatal 4-Way match. I think Seth Rollins is going to use his guys of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to help him retain the World Heavyweight Championship. And Seth Rollins will hit a curve stomp and pin either Jey Uso or LA Knight to successfully retain the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think you're going to see one more match that's going to set up, after this Fatal 4-Way match, one more match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, possibly in a Hell in a Cell manner, to end the rivalry on the right foot between the two respective wrestlers. But I think Seth Rollins is going to retain the World Heavyweight Championship, keep the title intact to the Vision faction, and as they continue to try to take over the Red Brand of Monday Night Raw. But those are my WWE Clash in Paris PLE predictions. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off, and I'll see you guys on next week's episode.